Alright, we're gonna play some Atari today. This was my first stream ever on Twitch, but it was a technical disaster and got deleted because I didn't understand how to transition scenes and stuff correctly. I should be real clean at that now. I'd like to where the underlying emulator never shows, if I can do it that well. Probably won't do any save states. Most Atari games will just overwrite your high score with whatever score you got last, so as fun as it is, and if I ever decide to do like a serious fast food stream, for example, I might want to try and, keep track of the scores myself somehow on screen, however. But I'm not going to do any of that here today. This is very casual playing, and the reason why I started this off with fast food is that's how I started it off before. It was my dad's favorite game, and my dad he never really played anything after Atari. I couldn't get him into it. He just wasn't interested. But he loved this game, and this game is really simple and easy to understand. Eat all the food except for the purple pickles. You get 6 pickles, you die. Otherwise, you're just trying to score as many calories or whatever as you can to get the high score. Very cool game. It's on auto right now. I'm not playing, but I will start it here now. Actually, here we go. It's a pure reflex test. Just sort of dodge them up. That's exactly what it is. Actually, it's a dodge them up. It's both a dodging and catching game. And if you were playing on a black and white television, you just didn't eat the green pickles either. It's really the easiest way to do this. Oh, and every 500 points you lose a pickle, which is also good. It's rough when they hit you like that right from the beginning, and it does get fast, as you can see. There is a remake or sequel to this game for the Atari Jaguar, a homebrew game. I've never played it. Just think it's interesting. There must be enough fans of this out there to where there's interest in making something like that. And why not? It's a great game. And one of the only third-party games that's neither iMagic nor Activision that I really like. And iMagic are kind of a new discovery to me almost. I didn't play a lot of their games back in the day. Some of them I did, and some of them I didn't. We'll get into that here in just a minute. Oh, fuck. I feel like I can give this one more go, at least. It's a lot of fun. And that's the thing, to me, Atari is almost best enjoyed this way, where you just flip through and play like a bunch of different games. Because each one gets, I mean, they're fun, but they're little arcade games. And most normal people probably aren't gonna. I mean, they're really short playing arcade games too, like not like 90s style arcade games. 90s arcade games were designed to keep you entertained for like 2 hours for some fucking reason. But classic arcade games, I mean, if it's really good, I can play it that long. If it's fucking Donkey Kong or something. But most of them we play for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and you're like, that's cool, we can move on. Oh man, that went bad very fast, didn't it? It's crazy I can get slammed back to back like that. Also, really better to focus on high value items like what I think is considered cheesecake as opposed to a green pickle, which I think is the lowest point value anyway. Well, shit. Pretty close both times, it looks like. This one does keep a high score, huh? Or is it just last two? I don't know, I'm doing one more game of it. This is truly one of the more addictive games on here. Oof. God damn, the scores are just so close every time for me. Like, it just gets really hard right around the same point. Yeah, it keeps a high score, though. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and save it then. And I'll move on to another game. Let's see here. What do we want to play? Cosmic Arc. This is a game I didn't know about until I saw Ginger Gaming Hippie on YouTube played it, and I was like, wow, this looks really fun. So I tried it out, and it's really fun. And it's an iMagic game. It's actually considered the sequel to Atlantis, I guess, for some reason, but it doesn't seem really related in any way. Basically, you defend your spaceship from rocks, and it's kind of a rhythm game where they come from 4 directions. And then you go down to a planet with your mothership, and it deploys a UFO that you use to abduct uh, people and creatures and stuff on planets, and then you pull them back to your mothership, defend against other asteroids, and it just kind of repeats like that. So anyway, here we go. I don't know if you can get all the creatures in one go, or if you have to go back to the ship first, or what. I don't remember the rules. And these towers start shooting at you, making it much, 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 much more difficult than it was. Eventually there'll be one on each side. Gotta go. Only getting one of you. Sorry. So that really affects your score, I think, when that kind of shit happens. That was a super quick and easy abduction. I got tons of points for it. Fuck. Fuck. Oh shit. You see my shield got depleted down there at the bottom. Fuck! Oh man, that's ass. That's straight ass. Shit. I'm really struggling with this part now. which is what eventually gets you killed. Probably even harder to do with a real Atari joystick, which I'm not using. I'm using a PlayStation controller, which has a separated D-pad, and probably the only time that's actually a good thing is on something like that. Anyway, that was my attempt at Cosmic Arc. I think you got a pretty good feel for what Cosmic Arc is all about now. It's an easy one for me to pick up and play, though, too. It's really fun. I'm going to see if it has any kind of high-scoring stuff. I'm going to give it one more go. Mostly you don't see that. Games are started with a soft reset button on the, actually a reset lever, or switch, or whatever you want to call it, on the Atari. And most games are just fully reset, but, you know, they could hold things in memory if they wanted to. Like I said, it's a soft reset. Buddy. Guess we're not doing that one. He's too wily. Very tricky on that one. The red one sometimes just decides to screw you. Fuck. That's rough. So it just throws you back into space with half energy. I think that first run might have been a really good run for me. Yeah, it doesn't show the old high score at all. But I hit reset last time. This time I started the game again by pushing the button again. So maybe if I don't reset, it'll keep it. Let's see. Whatever excuse I can make to keep playing Cosmic Arc forever. This game's kinda rad, yo. It has that satisfying feel of a rhythm game, which almost nothing from this era does. I shouldn't say that. Kung Fu Master does. A few other games. I'm gonna have to give up on that other guy. Oh, what a joke. He's just like, I'm just gonna hide off the screen the whole time you do this. It's cool. What a piece of shit. Super cool. Super fucking cool. I beat my last score anyway, so I'm not gonna know anything other than it shows the most recent score. Anyway, that's probably... Well, let's go ahead and finish this game out. I don't need to save on Cosmic Arc or anything, but it's fun. We'll figure, again, if I ever do a dedicated stream to just this game, we'll figure out a way to do it. Keeping the screen on keeping the score on screen at all times. Shit. Shit. It got really, really hard at 10,000, didn't it? Fun game, though. Let's find something else here. I guess while we're on the subject of defending something, let's do Missile Command. It seems like it was a really common game back in the day, and every collection I got had this and Defender in it. Defender I am less into. I'm gonna play that. I would probably rather play Fantasy Zone or Resogun or some other variation of it. I played a lot of this back in the day, so I used to be really good at it. I don't know that I am anymore, but I still certainly know how to play it. First city got nuked. Gonna be all downhill from here, I can guarantee it. City restored. Oh fuck, 2 cities got nuked. Three. You know, like I said, it's all downhill from here. It's really hard. Put one back. Oh shit. Oh, both got nuked. I'm fucked. That was a good run. Well, I might get one back here. Yep, I'm getting one back. Nice. Oh fuck, I missed. I think that's it. That's all she wrote. Great game. Maybe just a little bit depressing. But a great game nonetheless. Trying to think of what to do next here on this. Probably another round of Missile Command while I think about it. Oh yeah, so next up I wanted to try Donkey Kong Jr. And here's why. I don't think I even knew that Donkey Kong Jr. was on the Atari 2600. I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched Retrocore on YouTube. You definitely should, because he's great. He just did a comparison recently of different ports of Donkey Kong Jr., which included the 2600 port. And yeah, it looks pretty awful. He said it was pretty bad. 2600 doesn't seem like it can handle it at all. It does look recognizable in terms of gameplay a little bit, but like, it's rough. Yeah, it's real rough. So we'll look at that, just out of curiosity. We'll play both Donkey Kongs. We'll do Donkey Kong, the Coleco port, which I think is pretty solid. It's only 2 levels out of the 4-level game. But the NES port I love is only 3 levels, so, you know, it's not that big of a difference. Graphics are a little bad, but not really worse than you'd expect on a 2600 or anything. It's just, you know, it's actually a pretty solid port. Most people like it. Everyone says the ColecoVision version puts it to shame, but it really bothers me that Donkey Kong's on the wrong side of the screen on that game. It doesn't feel right. It does not feel correct. Oh, thank God. I was really worried about that. Damn it. 2 cities nuked. Oh fuck, everything's getting nuked now. I can just sit there and watch it get nuked. I didn't do nearly as well. But this game does not save any sort of high score. You just, whatever you last got is what's displayed. So if we ever do a missile command, well, first of all, if I ever do a missile command stream, this is definitely going to be the 2600 version, which I prefer its simplicity to the arcade game with its 3 missile bases with 3 different buttons. That's all too much. Too much. Much too much. The 2600 game gets it done. Now on to Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. And then for the first time ever, Donkey Kong Jr. We'll laugh at it and we'll move on. All right. I actually think this is a great port that really captures the game well and controls well and stuff, but it's just 2 levels. That's really my only complaint about it. And even 2 levels of Donkey Kong is better than no Donkey Kong. These guys don't go up and down stairs. That's a pretty big drop. I forgot how some of this stuff works, so that's interesting. It seems to make this quite easy, too. I mean, all you gotta do is exactly what I just did on both sides, right? I mean, maybe there's faster ways to do it that are a little better scoring, but in the end, it's going to stop you from doing that a whole lot, you know? Yeah, I have mixed feelings in this one. It's half of Donkey Kong and it plays well, but only half of what's there plays well. This Girders level is like, you're losing all of the challenge, and what makes this interesting and everything else is just all kind of shot to crap playing it this way. It's not like unplayable garbage or anything, it's just, barely there compared to the any other version of the game. Especially seems to be no reason to get the hammer. Like, why would I even... That was... I already trapped you on the other side, bro. What's up? You can't do that, man. I'll make sure you're much further away this time. There's no bonus items, no purse or anything to get. Mario really looks fat and weird here with a giant hook nose. Yeah, kids, that's Mario. That's Chris Pratt right there. Video game form. Yeah, I got bamboozled there for sure. I can't believe that didn't kill me. The game had the perfect opportunity to screw me and it didn't. That's amazing. Maybe this is the best version of Donkey Kong. They screw me all the time on this level though, because that's the only way that it has any challenge at all is if it's cheap. Wait, what? They can just go across the gaps now? I guess that's how they make up for them not being able to go up and downstairs. Man, the going up and downstairs part and chasing around is like much more involved and interesting and everything than this game is doing, you know. But that's the way that goes. Donkey Kong Jr. apparently took brutal cuts to its gameplay, so we'll check that out here in just a second. I'm gonna take a quick break though. And I'm back, and I'm gonna change the game out for Donkey Kong Jr., which I understand to be a tragic mess here on the 2600. I mean, it's recognizable. Let's see. Let's see how I feel about it when I play it. Okay, that's really bad. Like that's not how that should work. Oh, okay, let's see how it goes from here. There we go. That's not jumpable? Is that not jumpable? That's a huge problem if it's not. Did they try to put Donkey Kong 3 on the Atari? I didn't notice when I was going through the game list. I don't think they did, though. Man. It probably would have worked better than this game is really the only point I was going to make. This just seems like too much for the 2600 to try and make sense of. Man, this is incredibly hard to play. I'm sure it's really simple once you know exactly what to do. But, like, without knowing, it's really a fucking nightmare. That'll kill you. Good to know. Getting there, though. Getting closer. I wonder if it has all 4 stages. That seems like a bit to ask, doesn't it? I bet it only has 2. I bet it has this and the keys. What you want to bet? Even if it doesn't only have 2, it might have that presentation where it's like 1, 2, or 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. US style, for whatever reason they did that. To make it seem like the game gets more stages as you loop it. It's a very strange thing. I don't quite understand the logic. Oh, you just touch it. Okay, good. Yep, straight to the chains. Like I was guessing. Okay, that one's in place. Slide down faster on one pole, just like normal Donkey Kong rules. There's just some attempt to keep some of the rules in place here. It's crude and rough, but you can feel it at least. Oof, that's bad. Let's try it one more time. It's bad. Let's taste some more of this bad shit. I don't know if this is so bad that it's completely unsatisfying to fans of the original game. Let's go ahead and reset it again. But it feels like it might be, yeah. And once this shit starts, you just have to wait for it to be over. Because this doesn't seem to have a variety of different directions you can go. You can go the right way or you can get fucked. You have to go along the top, basically, and use the bottom to get up to the top on the other side there. And they don't really allow you to do it any other way. Oh, and if you jump one pixel too early there, you will never reach the bar, and then you'll just die. So let's see if we can get that part worked out, because that's really ruining the game. That probably killed me, I assume. Yeah. I accidentally tapped right twice instead of once. Very easy to die from dumb shit in this game. There, I did it. I saved Donkey Kong. Oh, now they're doing level 2. So it goes 1, 4, 2. Okay. Sure. Why not? Fuck it. There's no rules. It's all just made up. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. This is level 3. So yeah, I went 1, 4, 3. I wonder if level 2 exists in this realm or not. I feel like level 2 would be the hardest one to do, and if they're going to omit one, it would be the obvious one to take out. God, no matter what you do, this is a nightmare. Nightmare take on this little challenge. This level's so fun to play on the NES version, by the way. It's super fun. Without the dropping pieces and the smooth animation and better control and all that, it's a shell of what it was. That's true of both Donkey Kong games, really. I'd say they're about the same amount of flawed. This one's a lot more ambitious than the first Donkey Kong. Man, the first Donkey Kong kind of really disappointed me when going back and playing it, because I didn't remember how they butchered the Rivets level. That sucks. Alright, let's get the bad taste out of our mouth. Something cool. Let's play some Berserker. Berserk, I mean. I keep calling it Berserker in my head because of that fucking Clark song. The big limitation of this one over the arcade is that the enemies don't fire diagonally. Which I kind of enjoy that fact. I kind of like that it works that way. The screen's a little offset here. I don't think it'll matter too much though. As long as I remember. Oh, and you can't see where the fucking doors are. You know what? We're not gonna play Berserker this way. My bad. We'll play some Berserker, some Berserk some other time on I'll either format the screen for this one or more likely we'll just play the arcade game, which is great. Let's do Battlezone instead. Yeah, let me pick that out real quick. Atari B Battlezone. Hopefully this will fit the screen a lot better. Yes, it does. Yeah. Berserk seems to have something going on with its display. I wonder how to fix that. I mean, I know one way, which would be to turn off the horizontal crop, which I shouldn't have to do. Horizontal overscan should be hidden. And then I'd have to move and resize the screen. I wonder if there's just a different NTSC PAL type setting or something like that that fixes that. This game's totally brainless, but like also like entertaining for that exact reason. It's something I'd probably have killed a lot of time on Atari. What's Activision's answer to this game, by the way? I'd love to give it a shot. See what they whipped up. Man, fuck that guy. I'm gonna go kill this other guy instead. Are you being less of a douche or more of a douche? Oh, got shot from behind, huh? It's gonna happen eventually. Oh, I thought I'd dodged that, but I guess it didn't quite make it. You know, we haven't given Activision any love since I fired this up. Let me play an Activision game here soon. Y'all ever played Sequest? It's pretty fucking cool. 39K. Let's give this another go and see if we can beat that score. This is some mindless fun that I enjoy. And I think this game really captures the spirit of the arcade game while playing to the Atari strengths, you know, just doing rastered graphics instead of vector. Really shockingly good turnout here, I would say, on this one. I don't know what I would consider the most shockingly good Atari port. Probably Centipede. Centipede's so good. We could probably do some of that here in a little bit, too. Oh, shit. This game I discovered through emulation. I mean, like, maybe like 25 years ago or something, but it was through emulation nonetheless. I didn't know... I've had many boxes of Atari games in my life. Boxes that I've inherited. I had a really big collection going at one time that I don't have anymore. But I never saw Battlezone. I don't think I ever saw Battlezone even once. I mean, I could be wrong, but I really don't think I ever had this or ever played it prior to emulation. And I actually emulated the arcade version first because I had heard of it or something, but I'd never seen it in an arcade. I don't think. That's really hard to say too. The only vector games I ever really remember seeing a lot back in the day were Star Wars and Asteroids. Also, both from Atari. I consider the 2600 port of Asteroids to be a pretty shitty port, by the way. I mean, it's an okay-ish game, but it's not. doesn't really deserve to call itself asteroids. All the asteroids move vertically, like in a strip, and it's just kind of lame. They're not going all over the place. It doesn't play the same. Oh, you know what does have a good port is Moon Patrol. We'll look at that in a minute. Let's do an Activision game real quick though. It might take me a second to remember the rules of this. I discovered this game when I was trying my random retro ROMs thing, where I like used a randomizer to randomize my entire collection, and then I realized how many games are fucking unplayable or Japanese or whatever. But this is one I really had a lot of fun playing. It's the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, a lot with similar names here. Yeah, it looks right though. Let's reset it, I guess, because it just started up when it turned on. I guess I got shot. Pretty obvious. You gotta like rescue the divers and take them up to the surface before they get killed by sharks. You can apparently only deliver like one of them at a time though. Fuck, what? Oh. Shit. 680. Do better. This is a very fast, challenging game. I like it though. I think the whole premise of it's fun. It does remind me a little bit of Jaws on NES, but it's much more fun than that game. Shit. Man, those guys are fast. Do you not want to return dudes to the surface? Do you have a whole bunch or something? It doesn't seem like you get any bonus for taking them back up there, so I don't quite get this game yet, but I'm like really intrigued by it because it's fun. Has a good feel to it, as is often the case with Activision's games in this era. Man, they were hot shit back then. Yeah, you want to get all the dudes and then take them all up at once. I don't know how many dudes that is, but it starts flashing when you have it. Okay, well that's the scoring trick and the gameplay trick. At least we understand that now. Piece of shit. Oh yeah, now I'm crushing those scores. This is super fucking fun. Yeah, this is a good game. This is one of my favorite Activision games, I think, now. I did not know about it back in the day. I discovered it randomly. Crushing it. Crushing it. Oh shit. Boom. Killed a bunch of dudes all at once. Sad. Oh man. Yeah, big difference in the scores now. That's right, kids. Before Call of Duty, we had Sequest. Activision were a respected name. It really was a label of quality, though. You saw it and you're like, yeah, this is probably pretty solid. It's probably gonna be something pretty good. More often than not, it was. Even their weird stuff, like Crackpot, those games are fun. But this is, I think, their best shooter, and I like this better than River Raid. And I think River Raid's a good game, too. I mean, it's really good. It's very fun. It's got its own interesting little challenge of dealing with the fuel or whatever. Fuck! But this one's badass. For real badass. Oh shit. Things aren't going well because of the speed of the enemies. Sadly, I'm gonna have to give up a hostage for oxygen. I mean, the diver that I'm rescuing. They're not my hostages. Oh, that's super cool. 26,990. I gotta do it again. I gotta give it one more go. I love it. One moment. Alright, here we go. More Sequest. The only Atari game you really need. That's not really true, but it is truly one of the finest games on the system. I'd say this is like a 9 out of 10 Atari game. It's badass. And that's wild, because, yeah, like I said, I'd only give River Raid like an 8 out of 10. There's probably a few shooters on here that I like better. Hell, the Atari port of Gyrus isn't all that bad. It's not all that good either, but, you know, it's what it is. Yeah. I'm gonna grab you, I'm gonna give you up. Give you up for the game. Oh yeah, there's also Hero. Man, there's so many good Activision games. Hero is pretty impressive and fun. I have a feeling I'm going to end up playing this game a lot on my handheld, just because this is a really good kind of game to play on a handheld. Really challenge yourself for a good score. I don't want to sacrifice one, but I'm probably going to have to. Maybe not. That's a little cheap, don't you think, since I'm not allowed to move during that sequence? They didn't force me to die? Yeah. Not as good that time. Still fun. Super fun game. That's a good one. Oh, man. What did I say I was going to play next? Let's look through here and see, I guess. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's check out Moon Patrol. It's another fun one. And this is one I did play back in the day. Alright, Moon Patrol. I think this might have been a silver box game. I had a few of those. A lot of good stuff there. Oh shit. Yeah, this started off a little quicker than I expected. Gotta get in the swing of it. It even tries to do some parallax, which is pretty impressive, you know, for 2600. It's just line scroll rates, but you know. Nice. Alright, finally getting it down a little bit. No bonus. Is a bonus only for like not dying or something? Time related. Shit. Shit, that's hard. Man, that's pretty hard. Ah, man. Shit. I get to see my score. Does it show it after this? After this bullcrap? 6,800, I guess? Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not great, but it's not bad either. There's some very challenging stuff in it, for sure. I'll show you what I did play a lot of Silver Box of, though, because it was fantastic. And well worth it for those of us who kept playing Atari after its heyday. Check this out. In a silver box in 1983, Atari gave us this, which could also be accepted as an apology for the original Pac-Man. Got this highly superior, not quite fitting on my screen correctly, but highly superior version of Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. It's even got the music, it's got the cutscenes, it's got everything. Plays great, controls great. Even sounds correct, basically. Shit. Hard as shit. Doesn't fit my screen well. I am terrible at this, as you can see. Shit. So yeah, I'm bad at Miss Pac-Man. But this is a really good port of it. Look, it's got the intro. If I could make it past a couple levels, you can see that it has the cutscenes. Really quite well done. Miss Pac-Man on the Atari 2600. But let me show you what else I play on Silverbox a lot. This one I was pretty excited about because a friend of mine had it on Atari 5200. And wasn't really a close friend, but more like one of my parents' friends' kids, the rich kid with the 5200. He had this game that we all really loved. It was Jungle Hunt. And I played the arcade version of it recently. Now the arcade is my preferred way of playing that game. I mean, it's great. It's great to just play the arcade game of it, which looks and controls completely clean. The 5200 port was the game that I know and love, sort of, but it's like really frustrating to play now, kind of. The 2600 game's easier to play, but it's very obviously chopped down. So you'll see here. Yeah, it's intact, but it's like the third level especially suffers. As you can see here, there's no hill. And then the final part, like they split it into two separate screens of jumping over one guy because they couldn't put two jumping enemy sprites on the screen at the same time there. Because they would be on the same horizontal line and they wanted to move separately, and that's where it becomes like a huge problem from moving you separately, I guess. The whole thing's kind of a mess towards the end. But the first two levels are just excellent. The first level even includes parallax scrolling that's particularly well done. It just is ultra smooth, and then uses line scrolling to render the vines, which are animated amazingly well and have like a huge variety in their movement, you know, just like the arcade game did, where you had to like think it out, like when to jump. It's really well done. I was super blown away at first, and then I got to the second half of the game, and I'm like, all right, well, here's where they kind of cheaped out. Sucks that they couldn't get it a little closer, you know what I mean? And it doesn't show you diving in the water, of course. I don't think there's any coral or like bubbles or anything to worry about here, so you pretty much just dodge or stab alligators until it's over. So this is actually pretty chopped down in terms of gameplay, despite looking the part very much so. Lord got me. The big one's tricky to know whether to jump or duck or whatever. It's all about usually positioning yourself right and then ducking. But it decided to bounce low that time, so that didn't work out either. Here we go. This is pretty easy, I think. I like how they just do this little happy dance. And then it rolls back over. And just shoot for a score here. Oh, also did the 2600 get Popeye? I don't know if I've ever bothered to play that. I don't know. That feels like it would be a giant struggle, too. I think it did, though. I feel like I just passed it over every time I was buying games at Toys R Us. And it was the silver box game, and I passed that one and Mario Brothers over because I'm like, nah, this machine's not handling those games. I can tell. I'm already struggling with Joust over here, you know. Fuck. What? The shit? Man, what a load of fucking horse shit. Anyway, that's Jungle Hunt. What a load of horse shit. Now, the third and fourth level are... The fourth level's too easy, and the third level's too hard, and they don't play right or well, really. But they're good enough to get through. And it's so impressive how they handled the first level that you're kind of compelled to just sort of loop it over and over again. Really, the second level's fine too. The crocodile dodging. I mean, you lose about a quarter of the gameplay with there not being any anything obscuring the screen or any like water bubbles to push you out of the way. But it's still, the basic crocodile dodging, swimming, oxygen elements are all there. So it's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got. Now let's talk about some early third-party stuff. I'll show you something really a good example of that. Vanguard. So this says Atari on it because Atari they handled the port and they published it. So it's just going to say Atari on it, unless you look in the manual or maybe part of the box or something. It's a port of an arcade game that Atari did not make. Vanguard is a very early SNK game. So the King of Fighters people, the Metal Slug people, they gave us this. It's a pretty cool game. You have to not run out of energy, and you can shoot in 4 directions, and the scrolling changes directions as you proceed. And there's a boss. Oh, I'm invincible whenever you touch that, that's right. And it resets your energy bar. See, now it's going down, which is especially interesting. I can't think of very many shooters that use this perspective. The only other one that even comes to mind right now is Xerxes for the Nintendo. It's a very unusual perspective to use in a shooter, though, for sure. Oh, do I have to kill these assholes? That part of it. All right. Continue, huh? It has a continue? But it resets your score. But I know you guys want to see the boss. Is he just called the God? And they're like, there's that commercial that's really funny because the one kid beats the boss. The kid who seems kind of like a dumbass, and the boss is kind of easy, so I guess people kind of think that's funny too. Man, this is a fucking nightmare. So I'm guessing the arcade game offered a continue with credit thing, which is pretty unusual and progressive for its time. Yeah, that was so easy I didn't even know what happened. That part seems ridiculous. I am just getting crushed here. Okay. Oh, that's Vanguard. Vanguard's pretty fun. It lets you continue once, it looks like. Didn't actually offer me an opportunity to continue again, did it? That's pretty interesting. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Alright, here's another Activision one. I think I like this game better than Defender, and it's basically the exact same shit. So, with a helicopter. I don't remember the rules of this game, so this is going to be very exploratory gameplay. I don't know what I can do about the guys on the ground, if anything. I feel like there was something involved in that though. You're supposed to keep them alive, maybe? Yeah. Keeping the stuff on the ground alive is for points. Oh shit. And clearing out all the enemies is the goal, and the map shows you where the enemies are. Very basic stuff. Oh! But now that we know how it's played, let's get in the swing of it. I still don't like you as much as Sequest game, or even River Raid. But this is not bad. I was actually checking to see if they had Choplifter on the Atari, but I guess they don't. They have Super Cobra, maybe? That game is basically like Scramble. Oh, pieces of shit. Oh, you piece of shit bastard. Okay. Maybe this is probably my last life. Oh, that's fun. That's super hard, though. It's a good game, though. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Super Cobra is on the Atari, so let me see if I remember this one. Or not. Let's see which is the better helicopter game at the end of the day. That's an important thing to know. Yeah, you have to dodge. You have to shoot the blue things to get your fuel, and you have to dodge shit as you rush through this stuff quickly. It's a scrolling shooter, a traditional scrolling shooter on the 2600, so it's interesting. Worth noting that this game is just a port of Scramble, and I don't know if Scramble was also on the 2600, but if it is, we'll look at it and see. Look at it and see the exact same damn game. This is pretty fun. They're both fun games and they're really different, so they really are hard to compare to each other. I probably like... I don't know. One's just a different version of Defender that I like better than Defender, and it's also hard as shit. And then the other one is, whatever the fuck this is. It's great. Scramble. Which this would be an early Konami game, by the way. So we've seen an early SNK game, now we're looking at an early Konami game. Scramble was also an early Konami game, and is considered at least spiritually connected to Gradius. There's no Gradius for 2600, right? There is a Gyrus, which is Konami. They released that on 2600. Good port, pretty solid port. And of course, the other big, much bigger classic game is on here as well. Frogger. I should play some Frogger and get froggy. I'm surprised at my scramble skills. Very low on fuel. Ah, thank you, game. New enemy type, that's pretty interesting. Now that we're on the 3rd level. It's just complete luck or bullshit that determines whether or not those fuel tanks get hit. The bomb is like the most unreliable fucking thing you can imagine. The range is horse shit, like everything about it sucks. Gotta really go with it. Gotta really go with it. The sound is just barely like anything. It's static. This game makes me want to set up Turbo Fire. It's driving me nuts. There's level 3 done. Is that it? No, one more. This has a continue option, just like Vanguard. Alright, let's check something else out. There is no scramble. I was just checking. That would be such bullcrap if there was. It'd be like, oh, same fucking game. Thanks. Trying to think of something here. Something different than what we. Oh yeah, let's look at Fast Eddie. So the deal with this game is we got it at a garage sale, just like fast food, very similarly titled, never before heard of Atari game. Nobody else in my family liked it, but I thought it was pretty cool. I played it quite a bit. Here we go. You just have to collect all. This is actually a bit like Popeye. You just have to collect all the items on the level to beat it, and stuff's trying to kill you. Once you collect them, as you collect them, the guy at the top of the screen gets shorter and shorter, and then eventually he'll have a key over his head. You just have to go up there and grab that, and that's how you beat the level. And the icons change on every level, so that's pretty fun. Little tanks. Oops, a little bit of a control issue there. And I actually have no idea who the developer on this game is. Like, do not know at all. Don't know much about it, really. I don't know if it was ever released on any other systems. I kind of think it was, though. I feel like when I was looking for box art on the original stream of this a long time ago, that I found like computer box art. It might be like a European computer game or something. I don't know. Oh, as long as you're moving, you're pretty much invincible too. So that's like on the ladders, I mean. So, good idea to just keep going up and down them if you have to. It's a bit on the easy side. The game's kind of run long. Okay. Hang on one moment here. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Probably do about one more game after this one, and we'll wrap it up. Oh shit. I'm only dying because of the dumbest shit ever. Oh, you know what I want to see? I want to see what Popeye is like on the 2600. I bet it's ass. I bet it's an ass sandwich. Shit. That's Fast Eddie. It's a game where you jump and grab things and try not to run into these little gremlins. And that's pretty much it. Hang on just a second, I'll load up Popeye? Question mark. This is gonna make you want to pop your eye right the fuck out, I bet. Alright, it looks recognizable. Like, I can tell what I'm looking at. I can tell that this is the Popeye arcade game pretty easily, actually. Better graphics than I expected. Is the gameplay okay, though? The punch is non-existent. The punch is really only for the barrel thing anyway, and the barrel thing doesn't appear to exist here. Man, that thing shooting out of the side of the screen is fucking busting my balls. Let me tell you, that's a lot to deal with. Because it's fast. And Popeye is not. get like 100 lives in this one because I know how fucking hard-ass, fucking insanely hard it is. Hey, look at that, 2,600 points. Perfect. There's no spinach in this version? Man, there's a lot of important level elements missing here that would make this game more fun and more fair. You can't punch the bag. You can't get the spinach. What the fuck is this? This is barely Popeye. Even though it looks right. It looks right, but doesn't play right. And it would play right if it just had the other shit in it, had all the rest of the game in it. Could they really not, like, put in spinach? Is there no way they could make that work? It's a big fucking part of the game. It's not quite like the hammer on Donkey Kong, because you, instead of it being like a sometimes or situational or scoring strategy thing, it's more like a, you gotta do it or you're gonna die on the level. You know? You're not gonna get anywhere without it. You gotta do it. You have to use the spinach at some point. Can you punch the thing that's flying at you? Like, is it like this? Is that the situation where if it's like really well timed, you can hit it? Because there is like some obstacles you can actually punch in this game, right? Like in the arcade game. I'm no Popeye expert, so I don't know. Yes, a well-timed punch can stop it. Okay, that evens the odds a little at least. That was just a control issue. Those are supposed to be hearts that she's dropping, by the way, those squares, and the crudely shaped blobs as they drop. I feel like they could have gotten something closer to a heart shape, which again would have helped. Also, color choice, like why? Just why? Why is Bluto? Why not make them all flesh colored variations of it? The 2600 has massive color capabilities. That's like its one strength. It display like 128 colors at once or some shit. Something wild like that you wouldn't expect at all. I mean, I feel like if they got the resolution fine enough to spell out the words Popeye, they can also create the universally recognized symbol of a heart. I don't get it. Shit. God damn it. Greed. Greed. We almost got to see the next level. Almost. I'll give it one more shot, and then that's probably gonna wrap up this Atari stream. And I say this Atari stream, so of course we'll have to come back to it. There's lots and lots of great games on the 2600. It's been fun just checking out some of my favorites and some that I don't know anything about, like this. You know, some of the stuff I grew up with, some I didn't, but I can appreciate it either way. There's a lot of absolute trash on the 2600 too. I'm not going to pretend like there's not. There's a lot of games that suck. I don't need any younger players coming in here and telling me this crap either, because I know it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm well aware that it was a generation that got flooded in trash, in fact, to the point where gaming died out temporarily. But there's that, in that flood, there truly are hidden gems and not so hidden gems, things that everyone knows are great. And if you can appreciate simple action games, you can enjoy the Atari. As long as you pick good games that are fun to play. And Popeye may or may not fall into that category, I don't know. I'm addicted to the frustration of it, I'll put it that way. If you'd like to watch me play Popeye and have a good time playing Popeye, look at my Black Box Arcade series that I did not too long ago. And I played the NES version of Popeye and had a blast. I really, like, that's where my opinion on the game even started to come around a little bit, because I'm not as big of a fan of it, and I never will be compared to Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers. But man, it's a pretty good game. I mean, it's solidly designed, and you have to, like, kind of learn the ins and outs of it to do well on it, but it's good. It's got that Nintendo magic, I believe. This port of it, that magic has been diced into little pieces, and there's not much left, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of the other stuff we played today is great, or really, really great, depending on how you look at it. I think Sequest is an addictive and fun game that I could probably get real into playing any day of the week, any time. That's something if you have a handheld device that'll run Atari 2600 games, especially, just bust that out, and that's like something to do for a little while. A lot of fun. There's some great shooters on the Atari, of course, and I feel like I barely touched on a lot of those. Screen formatting is a little trickier than I thought, because it renders kind of wide sometimes, and it's hard to force it to be truly 4:3 all the time. It's a little sloppy in the way it rasters, I think, on the Atari. So not everything's set on everyone's tube exactly the same way, and resulted in some strange differences in the games. But it's more capable than it should be. These are like 4 kilobyte ROMs or something for the most part. It was a marvel of its day, and it got us where we are. Along with the Fairchild Channel F, it was the first console to have interchangeable cartridge games. And the 2600 also had the distinction of being the first with interchangeable wired controllers. So, and it came with 2 joysticks, a 2-player game for the joysticks, and 2 pairs of paddles, because it plugged in 2 paddles per controller port, which meant that it also supported 4-player gaming. Really cool system, and got us where we are. So anyway, thanks for